So, see if I can get this to focus. There we go. All right, so I'm looking up wedding costs. Look at this girl's smile. Today I want to talk about weddings and gynocentrism. Okay, so I was out yesterday, and it's just funny. It's blatant. It's blatant how women walk around with a sense of undeserved self-accomplishment. They really do not understand or know what it's like to be a man. They have no idea. And I would say they're so duped that all they can really focus on is, their own things, their own quote unquote sufferings, right? And this is what feminism has done. This is what modern feminism has done, whether it's radicalized or not. And there is radicalized feminism today. Whether it's radicalized or whether it's not, feminism has totally put the focus on, all women's problems. Let's just focus on women's problems, right? Feminism is very selfish. And then you'll hear feminists say things like, I'm for man's problems too. I want to see men have equality too, and all this kind of jazz. In reality, they really don't understand what it's like to be a man. They really don't care so much what it's like to be a man. This is what it's like to be a man. The national average wedding cost is $33,000. Who do you think's paying for that? Do you think it's her parents? Do you think it's her? Sometimes it might be her parents. Sometimes it might be her. But I would say most of the time it's the man who's paying for that. Why do you think they want a man with money? This is why. I was out yesterday in Seattle talking to a woman. I chatted her up. I asked her how she was doing. I told her that I thought she was interesting and I'd like to get to know her, so we had a talk. We talked for about 45 minutes. She was a divorced woman who had never had a kid, never been pregnant. But she told me that she grew up her whole life wanting this wonderful wedding, wanting this wonderful event to happen. I want love and I want to find a man. And it all was part of this wedding idea that she had. And then she said she thought everything was perfect. She told me she had everything she ever wanted, but she wasn't happy still. So we sort of got into more of a religious discussion and life's purpose and what is that all about. And maybe I sort of was hinting at maybe there's more things in life than just your selfish pursuits. Even if those pursuits have to do with love, which love is very noble, but it can still be selfish. Love can still be selfish, right? And so she said, I had everything I ever wanted. Everything was perfect, quote unquote. And he was a gorgeous man and he was so sexy and everything was, but guess what? She wasn't happy still. So they got a divorce. So her whole life she was planning and all this crap. And who knows how much they spent. But if the national average is $33,000, you do the math. So they spent all that money. She waited her whole life to find her perfect little wedding, and they got a divorce. And I just remember how selfish she was. We were talking about dating and these kind of things, and she wasn't even very attractive. I was warming up with her. I was saying hello. She seemed somewhat open. So I was saying hello just to talk with her for a little while and then move on to somebody else who was maybe a little more attractive. And talk to somebody with a little bit higher outward attractiveness. I'm a guy, I like attractive women. I want to go for the highest quality attractive woman I can. And so do women. Women do too. They want an attractive man as well. But guess what else they want along with an attractive man? They want him to be loaded. They want money. Because who's paying for this wedding? Probably not her. Maybe her parents, maybe his parents. Maybe they're all putting money towards it. But it's likely going to be him. This is how selfish these girls are. Because it certainly isn't going to be her. We automatically think, why would the woman pay? It should be the man or the parents. And we do think that. We think it should be the man or the parents, not the woman. Why does the woman have to die? She should get in the lifeboat. The women and the children. Why? Because they're special. That's gynocentrism. This woman was not better than a 5. Some people would put her at a 4. If I was honest and still a little generous, I would put her at a 4.5. Maybe a 4.8. Because when you're getting down to 4, that's kind of ugly territory. 5 is like average. Okay, you're not ugly, but you're not very attractive either. 6 is you're a little more on the attractive side. 7 is you're clearly attractive. You're clearly good looking, right? 7 and up. Okay. She was. I'm being nice. I'll give her a 5. If I was really brutally honest, I'd give her a 4.5. And still being generous. If I was brutally honest, I'd give her a 4 or a 4.2. And when I was talking to her, she was just so selfish, talking about guys. Talking about how she's like, oh, I always want sex. And she told me the truth. And this is all women. Women are always having sex. I don't care what anyone says about, oh, no, they're not always having sex. They don't sleep with that many guys. Maybe they don't sleep with that many guys. But they're always having sex. So they've always got a guy around for a friends with benefits. And that's the bottom line truth. If you've ever been out in the dating game, if you've ever talked to women on a normal level, on a man-to-woman level, or even I wouldn't even say a man-to-woman level, I would say a friendship level, that will eventually come out. That's the truth. The truth is she's not waiting for the one. That doesn't happen. The truth in reality, which is what men would like, which is what women and men should really do if they're looking for love. They should wait. Because the more people you allow inside of you and the more people you sleep with before you reach your partner, your real partner, the person you should be with, the person you're meant to be with, that's if you believe in fate, if you believe that you're meant to be with somebody. Of course, that a lot of people would disagree with that and just say, oh, we're just animals. We just have a bunch of sex, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not immoral. That's what people want to do today because they want to take away that responsibility. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And in a sense, I don't blame them. In a sense, it's like, okay, sex is good, fine. I get it. I'm not that mad at that. What I'm talking about is the selfishness. What I'm talking about is gynocentrism. What I'm talking about is this feeling that the world revolves around you. This woman was a 4.5, if I'm brutally honest, and still a little kind. And she was expecting a man to be very hot. This is what came out of her mouth. Oh, I like hot guys. I like, my husband was super hot. This is what I'm telling you that people don't understand. Women have this grotesque exaggeration of what they feel their quality is worth. They feel they can get somebody a lot higher than their. This is hypergamy, but it's also gynocentrism. It's hypergamy and gynocentrism mixed. The reason why it's gynocentrism is because they believe they're worth it. Because everybody is telling them their whole life that how special they are. You deserve a $33,931 wedding. What? Most people don't make more than $30,000 a year. I don't know the national average, the national median income. It might be $30,000 to $40,000. So you're going in debt if you're the man and you got to foot that bill. Because look here. These are the average price tags for common wedding expenses minus the engagement ring. Doesn't even include the engagement ring. How much is the engagement ring? $1,000 to $5,000? sometimes 10K, sometimes 20K. Average wedding costs. Trying to get this to focus here, but I'll just read what it says. That house says reception value. Next to it, it says ceremony site. Next to that, it says transportation. That's a limo, right? People showing up in limos. Reception value, $15,439. You can't see that. I'm going to give you this is from nerdwallet.com. So you can Google it if you like. Sorry, it won't focus, but reception value, $15,439. Ceremony site, $2,382. That's for, booking the church or whatever. Transportation, $856. That's for the limos. Photographer, $2,679. Videographer, $2,021. Wedding event planner, $2,000. Music, $300. Wedding dress, $1,631. Reception band, if you want a band, $4,247. Reception DJ, $1,292 if you want a DJ. Groom's attire, $300. Hair and makeup, $300. Ceremony musician, $800 if you want like a special musician. Food, $1,297. Flowers and other decor, $2,400. Wedding cake, $500. Invitations, $400. Catering, $70 per person. Favors, $250. I don't know what favors are. There you go. That's a lot of freaking money to make a woman happy on her special day. Have you ever heard a woman say, "This is my special day"? Sometimes, a lot of times you'll hear "our special day," but a lot of times you'll hear "my special day," "your big day." When men refer to their wedding, they usually don't say "my big day." They just say "my wedding. I got married." Because men don't care. We don't care about all that regalia. We don't care about all that hoopla. We don't care about all that much ado about nothing. Yes, it's nice to get all dressed up and blah, 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 but there's a lot of people out there who can't afford shit. And I guarantee a woman is not going to get with a man who can't afford a quality wedding. Most women of this day and age, because they're just not down to earth. They're not normal, regular ass people because of gynocentrism. And then I want to talk about somebody like Jordan Peterson, who instead of addressing this truth, instead of addressing this gregarious narcissism for what it really is, okay, you want a nice wedding, that's cool, but $33,000, $34,000 wedding, do you need that? No, you don't need that. Because you were programmed from a kid to think you're a princess by Disney movies and etc., to think your shit doesn't stink, and your parents who never disciplined you and made you feel super special and every day of your life was all beautiful and great in your mind because you've been brainwashed to think that you deserve it.